Hey guys, this is Ashley from Cremation. Today I just wanted to do a quick video on urns, and specifically urns that you as a family can provide. Many everyday objects can be used as urns. I'm going to go through and just help let you know what is suitable and what isn't suitable in terms of a family provided urn. Now the first question you're going to be wondering is, how big does it have to be? Well, generally commercial urns that you buy from the funeral home, they're going to be about 200 cubic inches. But that's kind of hard to visualize, especially because we got the metric system here. What is an inch? I always tell my families to consider a 2 kilogram bag of sugar. If you think that the vessel or item that you have would hold this, you're probably going to be okay with it. Another thing to consider is, does your item have a lid? So this looks very urn-like, however, it's going to be really hard to seal it. And it's also a little on the small side. Another thing that you should consider is, where are you ultimately going to place the urn? If it's going to stay at home or if it's just a temporary measure until you go out and scatter the ashes, it doesn't really matter. But if you plan on interring your loved one in a cemetery, you got to make sure that whatever material the urn or item is, that it's compliant with their regulations. If you're not sure, just ask me and I can let you know what probably will and won't be allowed there. So another popular item that I get are jewelry boxes. I'm just going to grab this one first. So often there is a woodworker in the family or a craftsman, and they want to use something personal, which I love, but sometimes that personal item isn't the most ideal. So this looks like it would probably fit our bag of sugar, but the only downside with it is that there's actually multiple compartments. So I don't know if this picks up on the camera or not, but there's a shell top compartment and then there's a drawer here. So, you know, as your funeral director trying to fill this, it's going to be really, really hard for me to do a good job for you. Another item that I have, this is another kind of chest. This is going to work a lot better. So as you can see, it's one big compartment in here, and you know, we can even just test it with our thing of sugar, and perfect. You know, you can opt to have me seal this. If you want me to put some silicone around here, I can seal it for you, or you can just use the latch, so that works well. Of all of the wood urns that I'm showing you today, though, this one has to be the best. It's a good sized box, and it has one big open compartment inside here. It's not divided into little drawers and that sort of thing. So this would work really, really well, especially if you are planning on scattering the ashes. Then, you know, we don't have to permanently seal it or anything. It just kind of gives a nice temporary home for the ashes until you go out and do your scattering. So I showed you our ceramic vase, which isn't going to work the best. Another item that I have encountered frequently are cookie jars. This one would work great. This one I picked up from a thrift store just to show you some examples. And it definitely looks like it was homemade, which might make it extra special for you if it was homemade by your loved one or the grandkids or something like that. And this is another example of what I believe is a cookie jar. It has a nice big opening, and your funeral director will thank you for that. And this one is large enough where you could probably hold 2 sets of cremated remains. But again, with anything breakable, some cemeteries are not going to allow you to use this. So like cemeteries like your Arbor cemeteries, like Chapel Lawn, Glen Eden, Glen Lawn, not going to want it unless you get an outer urn container. And then also you have to consider, if you are getting a niche, how big is the niche, and is it going to be big enough to hold the item or urn that you choose? And also the material. A lot of cemeteries aren't allowing wood to be used in niches, both indoor and outdoor ones. So that was just a quick video just running through some of the options and some of the things to sort of consider when you are providing your own urn. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next time.